Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I know, I just made a video crapping all over the Epic Game Store, but what did I say in that video? I appreciate them offering free games, so I have free game videos to do every week. So, like, you know, relax. I give Epic Game Store credit where it's due. I appreciate the free games, and there's a pretty notable one that is free right now. We'll reiterate some of the great Humble Bundles available right now, and on top of that, want to highlight a couple of deals available over at our good friends at Green Man Gaming. Definitely want to give a spotlight to an upcoming title that I am super excited for. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, Gigantic Rampage Edition and the Callisto Protocol are available as freebies over on the Epic Game Store. Now, the Callisto Protocol is the one that I can talk at length about because I did play it. Krafton actually gave me a copy of that game a little bit ahead of release, and it was a game that I was incredibly excited about, but truth be told, it was an incredibly disappointing game. Glenn Schofield, creator of Dead Space, I believe, was involved with the development of the game, and it was this new IP coming from a new studio, Striking Distance Studio. Looked incredibly compelling. However, there were a lot of issues with the game, and I'll get to that in a second. Let me say what this game does well. With a horror game, I always say one of the most important, critically important, I would even say, important things to get right is the atmosphere, is the vibe, is the tone. They nail that, absolute slam dunk that with the Callisto Protocol. How tense the game is, how suspenseful it is, the atmosphere, the vibe. That is so well done. Where this game ultimately falters is a couple of areas. First of all, it's an incredibly short game, which is something that's a reality with a lot of horror games. It's not like horror games are going to generally be these 20, 25, 30-hour experiences. You just really can't stretch a horror game to be that lengthy. But Callisto Protocol, if memory serves me correctly, it was a game that you could complete in like 6 to 7 hours. It was super short as a premium $60 title, and the combat was just, to me, not good at all. Like, pretty bad, to be perfectly honest. The dodging mechanic and all that, just not what I enjoyed out of the game. I know some people were like, oh, if you use different weapons, it has depth to it, etc., etc. I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. However, now for the price of free, I do think it's worthwhile to at least give it a shot. The game did have some PC performance issues at launch. I had done a video back in December of 2022 when it came out, calling this game the Stuttering Protocol, because that's exactly what it was. It was just an absolute mess, but, you know, they did resolve those issues fairly quickly, so I guess credit to them as far as that's concerned, but available for free. I would say check it out, and if you're looking for something short to get into, finish it up quick, that's an option. And then Gigantic Rampage Edition, the unique MOBA hero shooter, returns. Not too familiar with Gigantic, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, that is available free as well. And then come next week, you'll have Fallout Classic Collection and Wildcard Football available free as well. Wildcard Football, you know, football season is kicking off here shortly, and Fallout Classic Collection, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. So, you know, yeah, at this point, I feel like most people have gone Fallout Collection at some way, somehow, but that'll be free again. So you'll be able to check that out come next week. But for now, certainly would recommend to at least give a shot to Callisto Protocol, add it to your library, play it when you can, because it's still $18 on Steam, although it was available at in a humble choice not too long ago. And then Gigantic Rampage Edition, if you want to check that out as well. Moving on from that, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, Decades of Horror, I should say Resident Evil Decades of Horror Village Gold Bundle is live right now. Got the nomenclature right for this bundle. $30, and you get a ton of great stuff. You get Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, which right off the rip, that's a $20 value. You get Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil 6 Complete Edition, Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 0, Revelations 2, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil Revelations. Somebody in the comments section of the video I initially did covering this bundle, essentially breaking down the value of this bundle in reality in comparison to the lowest price point these games have been on Steam. And I think the number that person got a breakdown to is essentially if you pay $30, you get you get all the games for half the price of what it would be collectively buying them at their lowest price point ever on Steam. So during a Steam sale, when these games are at their cheapest price points, buying them collectively would be twice as expensive than getting this $30 bundle, which to me that sounds like a pretty good deal. Resident Evil Village is great, and the Gold Edition gets you the DLC as well. Resident Evil 2 is a tremendous remake. Resident Evil 3 while it's not as good as Resident Evil 2, is still pretty decent. Biohazard is great. Resident Evil 6 complete. I mean, RE6 is a doozy, let's just say that. Resident Evil 5 Gold, Resident Evil 4, the OG, not the remake. A lot of people in the comment section were predicting that the RE4 remake, the base game, would be included next year, and maybe the year after that, we would get RE4, the Gold Edition, baked in, and I think that's a pretty likely timeline of how things are going to turn out. Resident Evil 0, Revelations 2, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil Revelations. A lot of great stuff for $30, a bundle that's worthwhile. Resident Evil, obviously done by Capcom. Capcom is still running their Capcom Summer 2024 bundle, which is fantastic. $30 on this as well, which sounds expensive until you realize Ghost Trick Phantom Detective alone still goes for $20. Once you realize Great Ace Attorney Chronicles still goes for $20, and that's the sale prices of both of these games. So just right off the top, those two games would cover the $30 price point. Outside of that, you'd get Capcom Fighting Collection, you'd get Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, you'd get Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, Dead Rising 3 Apocalypse Edition, and Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I don't know why I said and there. We still got more titles, Dead Rising 2 off the record, and Dead Rising 2. The only thing you're missing as far as Dead Rising goes is the Dead Rising 1 remake, and that is because that is going to be included, that is going to be remade in a new release, the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which honestly should just be called a remake given how big that remaster or remake is. But yeah, they're not trying to compete with themselves and release the original game in this bundle and then also try to sell you the remake. I understand why they're doing that, but this is a great bundle for $30, no-brainer there. And then lastly, I do want to give a shout to Beamdog and Owlcat RPG Masters Bundle, $35, and you get a lot of RPG stuff here. Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Season Pass. You'll get Wrath of the Righteous, the base game, the Season Passes as well. Pathfinder Kingmaker Season Pass, along with the Enhanced Plus Edition. Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate 1, Planescape Torment, Icewind Dale, and all that for $35. Lastly, couple of deals to mention over at Green Man Gaming, our good friends over there. If you are looking forward to Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, they've got the game discounted 16% off for XP members, $50.39. Great deal for Space Marine 2. This is one of my most anticipated games for the rest of the year. Really reminiscent to me of like Gears of War at its peak. The game looks over the top, it looks visceral as all hell, and it looks like a game that I'm going to have a great time with, and I think it's a game to certainly have on your radar. Space Marine came out back in 2011. Nice to see it finally get a sequel all these years later, but certainly have that game on your radar. It is out September the 9th. However, unfortunately, the game is doing the early access gimmick, and with the Gold Edition, you can start playing from September the 5th. They do have that on sale for $75.59 instead of $89.99, so definitely a good shout there, and you won't have to pay tax either, which is always quite nice. And lastly, give a shout to Civilization 6 with the news of Civilization 7 coming out February 11th, I believe it is. It is 96% off for $2.61. Obviously, Civ 6 has a lot of DLC and things of that nature, so if you want the entire experience, you can get the Platinum Edition if you do want to pick that up. That has some of the bonus content for $10.44, and then there's also Civ 6 Anthology, 83% off for $17.40. Base game, only $2.61. But that's going to do it for me. Couple of freebies over at the Epic Game Store. A couple of Humble Bundles. You certainly should check out that Resident Evil bundle. Is great. The Capcom Bundle, quite good as well. 40k Space Marine 2, super excited for that. And Civilization 6, if you're looking to get that at a discount. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.